We just started our series on habits. It's our new series for January. And we did Sunday sermon, obviously. We did the podcast, which we do every week. And we thought it would be great to add something really practical, and to spend a little bit of time talking about some of these habits and how to form them and what it looks like.
Yeah.
So this is the purpose of this little video. And today we're going to talk about prayer. Paul, you talked about prayer on Sunday and had kind of this 4-part thing that we could use to inspire this habit. Can you walk us through that quick?
Yeah, so it's from a guy named Daniel Henderson, who wrote a book called Transforming Prayer, and he talks about the 4-4 time of prayer, and really refers to sort of this directional prayer that kind of begins up and then kind of goes down and side to side. So he sort of had this idea of following the conductor's lead, this 4-4 time. And what he said is that we begin, and essentially it's in response to this idea. People ask me all the time, like, how do I pray? I want to develop a habit, but I just don't know how to do it.
Sure.
So this is, if you aren't praying already, this is a great way to start. Start with this idea of reverence, okay? So that's the upbeat. Reverence is coming into the throne room of God, knowing who he is, recognizing who he is, and kind of, pausing for a moment of worship. Then we go to this idea of response. So reverence, and then response is the idea of recognizing God can do his will on earth. It's the idea of saying, God, you do you.
Yeah.
So because of who you are, you do you. And then the third part is going back, which is requests. Requests are, I need this, or can help me with this, or direct me in this. And then the readiness is kind of the last R, the last of the 4-4 time. And that's really focused on, how do I prepare for what I have ahead of me?
Yeah.
And how do I kind of dig in? So it's reverence, response, and then requests, and then move to readiness.
And I love that this is a musical analogy for those of you who like sports analogies, and this is confusing. That's how I often feel. But I love, in conducting, when you do this, you're always moving, you're always going back and forth. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's long, sometimes it's really quick and short and sharp. But there's kind of this evenness to these things. So I would say if you're new to prayer, or if you're hoping to develop some great prayer habits in 2020, try this model: reverence, response, request, and readiness. And put that into your daily practice. Find little cues to get you going. Let us know how it goes.